The fastest path to cash, like let's say you have a goal of $10,000 a month, is not what I am doing. Not what I am doing. So I sell low ticket digital products. The most expensive thing I sell is $97. I had a coaching program in January, which I will be opening back up in June. I have quite a few people requesting it, and I'm a man of the people, so I'm going to open it back up. But for right now, as of right now, I'm doing $500 plus per day, and I sell nothing more expensive than $100. However, I do have an audience. I have 26,000 followers on Instagram. I am running ads. I have 15,000 on Threads, and I have 15,000 here on the YouTube. So I have an audience. And when you sell low-price digital products, it's a volume game. Volume meaning you need to have a large audience to make a decent amount of money. And so I hate saying fast money or anything like that. I don't like saying that. I'm not selling some get-rich-quick bullshit. But the fastest path to cash, if you have like no audience and just getting started, is to sell something expensive, because you don't have the luxury of a big audience. Now if you have deep pockets and you can spend money on ads, you could start with low-ticket digital products, absolutely. But if you don't have money for ads, the fastest path to cash, again, if you need to make money, I hate saying it fast. I'm not promising fast money. I don't mean it like that. But the fastest path to cash is selling something expensive. So I would recommend selling some type of a service to like a business. I started off selling web design. Back in 2010, I was selling mobile website design to local Las Vegas businesses. In fact, I cold called 5,000 Las Vegas businesses. I used a dialer, I had a Bluetooth thing, 5,000 businesses. I only connected with like 1,600 because I used a piece of software that tracked everything. I sold 2 websites. 2 websites. That's how horrible I was. And here's the kicker. I sold them for $297 each. I was absolutely abysmal at cold calling. I used to take a shot of vodka or 2 or 3 before to like calm my nerves. Anyways, that's a different story for another day. But selling some type of a service to a business or some type of like coaching or mentorship offer, based off of your experience and skill set. That's going to be the fastest path to cash, and that's what I recommend to everybody. Even though I don't sell that, even though I don't sell how to do that, that's what I recommend if you're looking for the fast path to cash. Again, I don't mean fast money or quick money. I'm not saying that. It takes fucking work. You're going to fail and rejection and all that. But the fastest path to cash, package up your knowledge, wisdom, skill set, and turn it into some type of a coaching program. Coaching programs are usually 12 to 16 weeks, 3 to 4 months in length. Sometimes it involves one-on-one, maybe weekly one-on-one calls with the person, maybe bi-weekly one-on-one calls with the person. Usually it comes with like some type of a community. It could be school, it could be Facebook, it could be WhatsApp, it could be Discord, it could be WAP, all of them work. Some type of a community where you get a few people in there and they're all kind of working together. But the really important part with a coaching offer, or is building a coaching offer. In fact, watch the video I posted like 2 or 3 days ago. My SMART offer framework, that applies to a coaching program very, very, very well, is to get really clear on the promise, and that is the goal or the objective. What are they going to get? What's the end? Let's say you guys work together for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, where are they going to be at in their life? Whatever it is, you want to get very specific with it and paint that picture. Again, watch the video from a couple of days ago. I go much deeper on it, but it definitely applies to a coaching program. So you got to figure out like the duration. You got to figure out the deliverables, what they're going to get, the promise. Again, the promise is not a guarantee. It's the goal or the objective of the coaching program. And then of course you got to figure out the price. What I would do if I was starting out, I would package up like a 3-month coaching program. It would be a hybrid. It would be a little bit of one-on-one, maybe bi-weekly 30-minute calls. And then inside of a group setting, I would only open it for like 3 to 5 people. It'd be the beta members. I'd let them know, hey, it's going to be a little rough around the edges. This is my first go at it, but I'm going to give you a discounted price, and because it's going to be a little rough around the edges. But I'm going to really rely on your feedback, your honest feedback from me, to give me on how to improve this coaching program, for round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. And I would launch it to 3 to 5 people, and I would charge probably the first person, I'd say $1,000 for 3 months. Again, with a little combination of one-on-one calls and a little bit of inside of a group community. So it'd be kind of a hybrid model, a group coaching / a little bit of one-on-one. And I don't even know if I would do bi-weekly one-on-one calls. I might just do one monthly check-in call for 30 minutes, so they get 3 calls over the course of 90 days. I would charge $1,000 for the first person. And it's very similar to my pricing. I did a video on this yesterday, I think, of pricing ebooks and PDFs. You want to price it a little bit low because you want momentum. You want to build momentum. You price that first one at $1,000. You might price the next one at $1,250. You might price the next one at $1,500, and then maybe the next couple keep it at $1,500. And then your focus is serving that community and pouring into them and getting their honest feedback on what how to improve the program. But so $1,000, you sell it to 5 people. There would be $5,000 right there. That is absolutely doable within the first 90 days. You could probably do it faster than that. But that would be if I was looking to make, and again, when I say fast money, I don't mean get rich quick. I can't say that enough. But the fastest path to cash is something like that. Putting together a coaching offer, something like that, or some type of a done-for-you service for like a small business and helping them design websites, or whatever. It could be AI, it could be really anything, but it's very similar pricing structure to selling digital products. You price it a little bit lower just for the confidence, to build some momentum. You close one coaching client at $1,000, dude, your confidence is sky high, especially if you've never done this before. You feel like you're walking on clouds. It is such an awesome feeling, and then you're like, oh my gosh, and you get, it's exhilarating. It's amazing. Somebody trusted you to hand you over $1,000. And you could do this with starting on YouTube, making YouTube videos, kind of similar to this. I've been getting a lot of feedback in the last week and a half of how simple and how people really appreciate the one-take style videos. I don't have any notes for this video. It's all off the top of my head. Now, I'm able to do this and speak clearly about this topic because I know this topic and I've been in this space for over a decade. It's not something I just picked up last Tuesday. I wouldn't be able to do these one-take videos and just ramble on for 5 to 15 minutes about a topic and and lose my train of thought if I didn't know the topic well. So competence is really important, and I always recommend doing something you have an interest in, doing something you have knowledge in, doing something you have experience in, not because it's popular, not because it's trending, not because every Tom, Dick, and Harry is doing it, but because you have a true interest in doing it, and want to help people solve X, Y, Z, or accomplish A, B, C, or whatever it is. So that, in my opinion, is the fastest path to cash. I don't mean easy money. You're going to get rejected. Selling a higher ticket service, you're going to get rejected a lot. And that's hard. And I've talked about this before. Entrepreneurship is 90% mindset, 10% strategy, tactic, or luck. It's up here that the hardest part is the biggest obstacle you're going to have to overcome. So when you're selling a higher ticket thing, you're going to have conversations with people and talk to them. And out of 10 conversations, you're probably going to hear 9 no's. And out of the first 10 conversations, you're probably going to hear 10 no's, but you got to keep going and you get better with time. And it's that whole law of averages thing. Your second group of 10 people, maybe you get 1 out of 10, and you're at 10% closing rate for, a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. Then all of a sudden you're at 20% because you're getting better. You're practicing, and I feel a lot of people forget that, like, practice, put in the reps, the more you do it, the better you get. That's with anything. When I first kissed a girl back in 6th grade, I bit her tongue, our noses hit each other. I thought she was going to tell the whole high school, and I was never going to have a date, and I was never going to have kids, and I was going to die a lonely, lonely, lonely man. But then I kissed her again, and I got a little bit better, and I kissed her again, and I got a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better, and now probably hundreds, if not thousands of kisses later, I like to think I'm kind of a good kisser, but I wasn't at the start. And it's going to be the same for you pumping out content on YouTube or writing content over on LinkedIn or Facebook or Snapchat or Twitter or whatever platform. And then same with having sales conversations. If you're selling something higher ticket or if you create an ebook or a PDF, the first one's probably going to suck. That's okay. You get feedback from your customers. You make improvements on it. The first coaching program, the first go through, it's probably going to be rough around the edges. It will be rough around the edges. That's okay. You get feedback from them. You make improvements, And something a mentor said to me years ago is your first version is your worst version. And that applies to anything, whether it's a $5 ebook or a $20,000 coaching program. Your first version is the worst version. You're going to take your customers or your clients' feedback and improve upon it each and every time, which is going to give you more confidence to increase the price, get testimonials, blah, 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 blah. So that, in my opinion, is the fastest path to cash, is selling some type of high-ticket service. It does take work. You will get rejected, but that's the fastest path to cash. Like I said, I'm not saying it's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Anyways, if you have comments, questions, concerns on how to earn money selling PDFs, drop them down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm doing daily videos, Monday through Friday. I'm calling it real, raw, ramble style content. You know, where I just come out and I walk around the block here in Las Vegas and I rant on a topic, I riff on a topic for 5 to 15 minutes. So if you like this style content, make sure you hit that subscribe down below. Thank you.